Hello everyone and welcome back, hope we're all doing well. I'm still on my travels in Montreal right now, however they have posted the Year 9 Season 4 designer notes. Some of this stuff you may have already seen in the video I made yesterday when I got some hands-on early access to the season. However, there is some stuff in this patch, or designer note shall I say, such as some changes to stun grenades, which is quite massive, which we didn't cover in that video, and we're going to look in this one, and like stuff like the Thunderbird change, which I sort of glazed over in the last one and didn't really go too in deep. But yeah, as always, let's start off with the operator charts. As you can see, Ashe being the most picked on PC and console, with Monty also having the highest win rate across both platforms as well. Of course, there is shield nerfs coming next season. It will talk about it more in this document, and you may have seen me talk about it in my season video. But yeah, one of the closest PC and console charts I think we've seen in a long time, because sometimes they're all over the place compared to each other, but it's quite similar across the board. Whoa, Doc all the way up there in the ends on console. Let's see, once it switches to PC, yeah, also the most played on PC. Rook with the highest win rate on PC, although not having the highest pick rate. Second highest win rate for Rook on console, Capcan being the highest. I know a lot of console players hate Capcan. To be fair, I am saying that. We look at the PC one, it's actually not that different. Capcan performing in a very similar spot. So honestly, for the most part, the PC and console charts are looking more similar than they have ever, in my opinion. I think they're looking very similar this season. But yeah, not a lot different from the last ones, in my opinion. Monty's still the most banned on PC, then Dokkaebi, Blitz, Jackal, Thatcher. And let's see what it says. On console, it's Monty, Jackal, Dokkaebi, Blitz, Thatcher. So it's a common trend. A little bit different, but same operators for the most part. PC, Fenrir really topping off that defender ban list right at the top there. You got like Mirror, Vigil, and all that. Capcan being the most highest win rate defender on console, also being the most banned as well. Fenrir being up there as well. Capcan definitely showing more strength in console, it does seem. Vigil making his way onto the ban charts as well because of that Boss G and everything, same on console as well. So yeah, pretty interesting stuff. Right, let's start looking at these other little bits. We have a little bit here about Blackbeard. I'm going to read it out because I do think it is really interesting to hear their insights when it comes to the changes they make and stuff like that. So here's what it has to say. Blackbeard's ability is designed to provide a defensive advantage whilst remaining lethal. Despite numerous adjustments to balance his ability, success has been limited. Currently, the rifle shield can withstand only 20 HP, making it unreliable for protection. This frustrates both Blackbeard and his opponents, as it can block a single headshot but leaves Blackbeard vulnerable. To address this frustration, we decided to eliminate the rifle shield and introduce a completely new gadget. The Blackbeard remaster aims to balance his defensive and offensive capabilities. Additionally, we want Blackbeard to contribute more than just killing potential to his team. Blackbeard's new gadget is the Hull Adaptable Shield. This shield functions like any other ballistic shield, but comes with a few added features. Repel Shield. Blackbeard can change the shield's shape to use it whilst repelling. And I think sort of like him changing its shape, you may have seen it like a little CGI trailer where he can like sort of fold it up his arm and stuff like that. Sort of like Captain America-esque, or like, you know, like an advanced Captain America shield. I think that's sort of the vibe they were going for there. You also have the breaching dash. Blackbeard can perform a short, powerful dash using the shield system to breach soft walls. Barricades, deployable shields, armor panels, talon shields, and Kiba barriers. I didn't actually even know it was deployable shields, but that makes a lot of sense. After breaching, he will be concussed and slowed for a few seconds, keeping it a little bit balanced. Big guns. Blackbeard can use primary weapons, the Mark 17 and the SR-25, whilst wielding the ballistic shield. However, he cannot hip fire like other shield operators and will expose his upper body when aiming and reloading. I'm not sure why it says that he can't hip fire like other shield operators, because other shield operators also cannot hip fire, so interesting. We've aligned this new gadget with some changes to the operator balance, aiming to compensate for this new fast breaching capabilities. Blackbeard will now move slower. As a 1-speed 3-armor operator, he no longer has access to the deagle, and stun grenades have been removed. We want Blackbeard to fulfill two main roles. As a rappel master, he should be able to sit comfortably on rappel behind his shield, watching the enemy and gathering intel. Additionally, he can use the hull adaptable shield's breaching capabilities to push forward, hunt roamers with the team, and secure the path for the rest of the team. So yeah, like they were saying, he is now a 3 armor, 1 health. You've got the hull adaptable shield, breaching capabilities, max resources 4, so he will have 4 different availabilities to breach soft walls, castle barricades, and stuff like that. And there's an 8-second cooldown between them. Like it was saying as well, you've got the primary weapons. There's actually some changes to his AR. The damage has been increased to 44 and it was 40. The magazine side has been increased to 25 and was 20. And the total ammunition has been increased to 226 and it was 181. He also has options of the frag grenades and claymores. That's quite cool. I actually didn't know that they buffed the Mark 17 a little bit, which I mean, definitely makes a lot of sense. But yeah, hopefully people enjoy that weapon more because I know a lot of people had a little bit of an issue with that. Right, let's move over to Monty. The new fix we implemented for Ballistic Shield's guard break, more details below, made Monty too vulnerable with the current configuration. The accumulative guard break strength allowed a single defender to take him down too easy. To address this, we have reduced the opening caused by a single melee attack. However, it's important to note that the overall opening a defender can create is now larger. Previously, with the third melee, the strength would be 40%. But with the new fix, it'll be approximately 60%. Monty must be smart when facing multiple defenders, because if they collaborate, he won't be able to hold them anymore. So yeah, I think we saw a lot of the Monty changes in the reveal panel and stuff like that. I definitely think it's quite balanced. So guard break animation strength when meleeed reduced to 20% from 40%. So yeah, I imagine this is something they're going to continue to monitor, but I definitely think it was the right call to tone down the shield operators. Sens. The new ability to turn the ROU projectors on and off will introduce a fresh layer of strategy when using Sens. This enhancement will make Sens's gameplay more dynamic, granting greater control over the gadget to precisely manage lines of sight. Defenders will need to exercise more caution when moving around, as the wall can disappear at any moment. Additionally, the projector's battery depletes only when the wall is active. Sens will have ample time to plan and deploy all the projectors without rushing, allowing for precise placement. To limit chaos and minimize potential mistakes, we've also reduced the number of projectors deployed per system. Additionally, we have shortened the distance at which the light wall starts to blind operators when they are too close. This adjustment makes it more comfortable for attackers to move around and less punishing for defenders who choose to take the risk of pathing through. We have enhanced the light walls to be resistant to thermal view devices such as glass, warden, evil eyes, and bulletproof cameras. This improvement will differentiate the ROU projectors from regular smoke grenades, making Sens the preferred choice for smoke plants. And yeah, I think that was a great change. I think making their gadget more distinct from smoke grenades was something that definitely needed to happen. So yeah, definitely great. ROU projector system, a little bit here. The new switch ability to turn it off and on. The projector's battery only depletes while the walls are on. Reduce the number of projectors to 7 from 10. And that doesn't mean like number of gadgets. It's like when it rolls out, it like drops the little projectors. So it's now 7 from 10. Reduce distance in which the wall starts to block vision to 0.75 meters, down from 1.15. And the thermal view gadgets cannot see through the walls. Right, Thunderbird. The Kona station will now not only provide a flat heal, but also grant a health regeneration buff to the target. This enhancement aims to make each station more valuable for sustaining teammates throughout the round. With this change, Thunderbird can distribute her resources more effectively, as a single station will be capable of bringing operators back to full health. However, this buff will disappear immediately upon taking damage or reaching full health, encouraging players to use it wisely and stay out of danger to maximize its benefits. Additionally, the inclusion of the ITA-12S, which is the small pocket shotgun which Mirror has, will offer more flexibility to her loadout, allowing for the creation of new lines of sights for the stations to function without significantly compromising firepower. So yeah, the Kona stations now have a regenerative buff when you walk into them. So it's 2 HP per second, like it said. But it ends the moment you take any damage. So that, you know, that regen just completely stops if you take any damage during this process, or if you reach 100% health. So Thunderbird definitely getting some changes which are good for her. Will people play her now over Doc? I'm not sure, but I definitely think maybe, you know, Doc changes that come in the future. This may be a setup for that by like improving Thunderbird first. So yeah, but I think it's definitely a good change. Right, Ying. This one I think they sort of talked about in the reveal, but I think they're a bit vague on it, so let's see what it has to say. Ying has been one of the more frustrating operators to face, so we have decided to make some adjustments to her Candela. We have removed the insta-trigger option to provide defenders with more opportunities to counteract it. This change allows defenders to make rapid tactical decisions, keeping the gameplay engaging and ensuring that both attackers and defenders have meaningful choices to make. Defenders can now use the brief delay before the Candela detonates to move to safer positions and avoid the full impact. This should make the gameplay more dynamic, rewarding quick thinking and movement. The additional delay also gives defenders a chance to potentially destroy the Candela. This interaction encourages defenders to stay alert and actively engage with Ying's gadget rather than passively waiting for the effect to go off. Moreover, the need to time the Candela correctly will highlight player skill. An insta-trigger setting reduces the skill ceiling, making it easier but less rewarding. Additionally, the extra time and audio feedback will help teammates coordinate better and avoid being caught off guard by an unexpected Candela. So, let's see what they have, like the specifics here. So for the Candela, the rolling distance, 0 charges is 10 meters, 1 charge, 7.5, 2 charge, and this is like the cook charge, I assume they mean, 5 meters from 2.6, 3 charges, 2.5 meters from 0. And then the piercing time, it just goes up, down in increments the more you cook it. But yeah, like when you cook it fully, basically, it doesn't instantly detonate. So like defenders have time to react more, if that makes sense. On top of that, though, on top of those changes to Ying, which are good, and I think it still keeps her very strong, but gives you a bit of a chance to deal with it more, there is changes to stun grenades in total. So let's see what it says. Reducing the number of stun grenades helps minimize the overwhelming effect where defenders are frequently bombarded with flashes, leading to a less enjoyable experience. Overuse of stun grenades can create a chaotic environment, overshadowing skill and strategy with volume of utility use. This can make the game feel less tactical and more about who can throw the most grenades rather than who can outsmart and outplay their opponents. By limiting the availability of stun grenades, we aim to encourage more skill-based engagements and strategic plays. My God, I cannot say that word right now. This change enhances the effectiveness of projectile catchers like Jaeger and Wamai. With fewer projectiles in play, they can use their gadgets more efficiently, allowing defenders to maintain control over important areas for longer periods and protect crucial utility without the fear of their gadgets being exhausted too quickly. We believe that holding a strong position is generally more efficient than peeking outside the building, and this change should allow defenders to do so more comfortably. Defenders should utilize their utility and the environment to their advantages, reducing the chances of being eliminated too early in the round. This approach also supports better team coordination, allowing defenders to cover each other's angles, set up crossfires, and use their gadgets more effectively, which is crucial for maintaining control over key areas and objectives. So basically every operator who has stun grenades now only has 2, down from 3, which is interesting change, which I'm gonna be interested to see what you guys and what the general audience think about that. I don't think it's terrible. I think 2 is fine. It's going to be interesting on Striker, I think, because that's an operator who benefits from having stuns. That is like a big part of their kit. So the fact that there's only 2 from 3, I wonder if that's going to change much. The next stuff is about shields and shotguns. So we'll have a look at the ballistic shield ones, which you've probably already seen. But it says the suppressive fire mechanics is intended to prevent and interrupt shield sprinting ability, assisting defenders in stopping aggressive players and giving them the time to reposition or seek for help. That's when you shoot a shield and it like can't sprint and stuff like that. That's the suppression. However, we have observed that the system is not being used as frequently as we expected. This could be because defenders find it difficult to recognize when the effect is active, making it hard to judge if shooting the shield is worthwhile. To address this issue, we have reduced the number of bullets required to trigger the effect, ensuring that all the gameplay consequences of being suppressed are easier to apply. Additionally, we have adjusted the number of bullets needed to reach maximum intensity, making the effect last longer. Please note that the high caliber weapons will require fewer bullets. I'm stumbling over my words this morning. Furthermore, we are also looking to refine the abilities, specifically the melee attack. In its current form, it encourages shielded players to play more aggressively than intended. The new animation and damage make it the most effective way to take down targets. However, the initial intention was for it to create an opening for a teammate or the player's handgun, exposing himself to secure the kill. Therefore, we have decided to completely remove the damage from the melee attack. This change aims to eliminate the ability to be overly aggressive and increase the risk of being too close to a defender. Additionally, we have resolved several issues impacting their power level. Guard break animation now functions as a stun, meaning that shielded operator is unable to do anything until the guard break animation ends. This makes the shielded operator vulnerable until the animation completes, and its duration and intensity can be increased by chaining multiple hits to the shield. Finally, we have also refined the melee range checks so that the battle will be more fair. Yeah, you've probably seen a lot of this stuff in like other people's videos, my videos, and like the reveal, but yeah, I think shields are so much more balanced than they used to be. So melee is now 0, down from 60. Suppressive fire, reduced number of bullets required to trigger the effect to 5 from 10. Reduced number of bullets required to reach its maximum intensity to 20 from 40. So suppressive fire across the board is just easier to do. So like I was saying, suppressive fire is when you shoot the shield with your bullets and it suppresses them. Guard break is when you melee them. Consecutive guard breaks can stack to increase the opening instead of being ignored if the animation was already playing. So guard break is meleeing against a shield, and when they, knocks their shield away, or now like with Monty when he's full extended, you can keep hitting him and it will start to expose his body more. So this is for all shield operators. It's actually for Clash, which I find interesting. So I'm gonna have to do some testing hopefully when I get home about like melee and Clash and stuff like that, because I feel like this is something that we actually didn't really expect for Clash, because although she is a shield operator, she's always kind of been treated a bit differently from the attackers. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works with Clash. But yeah, I think shields have been balanced very well in this patch, and it's a perfect time for Blackbeard to come in with his new shield. There's a bit about shotguns, which I actually know nothing about, unlike some stuff in this document. We are reviewing the performance and balance of the shotgun ecosystem. Our goal is to enhance the viability and comfort of certain semi-automatic shotguns. For example, the M1014 is currently difficult to control after the first shots, and we aim to address this. Semi-automatic weapons will now be easier to use and more powerful. In this revision, we'll also improve pump shotguns and automatics by tightening their dispersion cones. We've set them at a midpoint between their current state and the improvement previously granted by old laser attachments. Some shotguns are already performing well, like the Supernova or Spaz 15, so we have decided not to make significant changes to them. This set of changes should bring the underperforming shotguns closer to the ones players already favor. So, ADS dispersion cone reduction on, I'm not even going to read out all these shotguns, I can't even remember them off the top of my head. Sashi is like the Russian one, which Capcan has. Foe 12 is Ella's one of them a lot. Not wrong, the SG CQB, I believe, is the French one that like Doc, Lion, Grim has and stuff like that. The MX-70 is the little one that one of the recruits have it. Jaeger has it. Thorn has it. I can't remember what the first two are again. But they've also changed a lot of hip fire on some of them as well. So interesting stuff. We're going to have to do a lot more testing with that. I can only do so much reading a document with a bunch of shotgun names on it. It's when we're going to play the game, when we're going to feel it is what's really going to do it for us. And this is on console and PC, it's saying here. So first shot recoil reduced on these shotguns, and then increased vertical recoil after the first shot on these ones. So yeah, shotguns are hopefully going to be more consistent again. Interesting. Right. You've got Year 9 Season 3 rank distribution. Here it is on console and PC. Pretty similar trend across the board. Majority of players are high copper, low bronze, and then it kind of goes down all the way, and then you have a tiny little peak in champion, which makes a lot of sense that there's more champions in Diamond 1s because, people don't stop at Diamond 1. A majority of people don't stop at Diamond 1. If you're making your way through all these ranks just to stop there, yeah. So, yeah, people make that little push for champion. So that's why there's, like, more champions in Diamonds. But pretty common graph across the board and pretty fair. But yeah, be sure to let me know your thoughts about the stuff in this document. The stuff about the stun grenades and the shotguns, I definitely didn't know going into it. A lot of this other stuff I have covered in my season video and stuff like that. But yeah, be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Drop a like on this video if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you're new. Catch you guys back when I'm making more consistent uploads and stuff like that. Really excited for it. Have an incredible rest of your day. I love you all. Stay safe. Peace.